Well, hello! Today I'd like to welcome you to my review of the Centropen 2069, which is a student pen. If videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens both new and old and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. Hey, what was your student pen when you were in school? I'll tell you mine at the end of the video, but it wasn't a Centropen. So let's dive into it. So this is the Centropen 2069. I kind of kerfluffulated that. I know I'm supposed to fill this with crayon, but I didn't. Student 2069. So, plain finials, plastic body, of course. I guess we could call that a semi-hooded nib. It sort of reminds me of a Parker 45, but not. And it's a cartridge converter pen with a Kaigaloo. I put that in, a Kaigaloo converter. It actually originally came with two cartridges. They were kind of not normal shaped, so whatever that means. But anyway, I put this in and it seems to work pretty well. As far as the box, 2069, Centropen. Dacice is where Centropens are made. To this day, I might add. This is the price, 15, I want to say kopecks, but it's not. It's some much more complicated word. Let me just quick open up my Evernote. I actually have a couple of notes on Evernote thanks to a comment I got from a viewer. My show notes. You can't see any of this, but you will see it because you can click on the link. Okay. Corona is crown. Okay, so not kopecks. Crown Czechoslovak. The Czech Republic still uses that, but apparently the Slovak Republic has switched over to euros. The other things that are on here. Okay, state-owned company in Dacice, which it was a state-owned company at that time. And this, the CSN, that apparently is a technical term for fountain pen. Czechoslovak norm. This person didn't give me any ideas on this JK, but yeah. So, a little bit of history on the box. Let's take a look at how this puppy writes. Alright, so this is a Centropen 2069. The ink I have in it, and I believe it's a steel nib, the ink I have in it is Girbon. And let's see how well I can butcher my French. Orange Ondion. Which stands for Indian Orange. Clearly not a flex nib. It's a nice steel nib. It's a reliable writer. Not bad either. It just kind of meh. Wetness and flow. It's there. I mean, this isn't a soaking wet nib, but it's not bad either. Smear test. Wet-ish. And finally, for those who are into that kind of thing, reverse writing. A little scratchy, extra fine, but not horrible. Let's turn our attention to a longer form writing sample. Whoops. And another test I like to do, the world famous Peer Gustafson test. I think it passed that one with flying colors. Now, is this one of those pens where I just go, whoa? Oh, no. No. It's okay. It's a decent enough writer. It's not amazing. And I'll just say that it gets the job done. And that's kind of the thing with student things. I made a remark a couple videos ago about the comfort of schools and school furniture and so on. And they're usually not given the best. And in some ways that's kind of a shame, but in some ways it makes sense. When you see some kid try to carve on his desk, and you're just like, jerk. Or they carve on a lab table, or they want to just wreck their pen. The first thing you see with their pen or their pencil is they've chewed it to pieces or destroyed the clip or whatever. Makes you think, oh, do I really want to give them the best? So, students tend to handle things roughly, and that's part of why maybe the student pens, student desks, and so on are a little bit lower quality than you might give to an adult. It always amazes me how you give something to two different students, and one of them it comes back in pretty good condition, the other one it's destroyed. A little bit lower cost for a student, and yet gets them using a fountain pen, and it really is a decent writer. It's not one of those where you go, oh God, this is awful. Because it's decent. Not amazing, decent. Now, I usually do a pocket test, but as you can see, I made the mistake of wearing a t-shirt, so we'll just do this. Yeah, slips over my collar pretty well, so I'd say it probably slips into a pocket decently. And just give you a quick close-up here on my B-roll. You can see it's a little bit of effort made to make a decent clip. So all in all, a good student pen. Now, when I was a student, we were given number 2 pencils to write with, and I didn't really dig that. Once in a while, 1 or 2 teachers would give us a Bic ballpoint, and usually they were blue, and I hated blue back then. I still struggle with blue ink. I was talking on Fountain Pen Network about inks, and I just really struggled to come up with a blue that I actually liked. So, anyway, I bought myself when I was in 4th grade a Parker Vector. And I'm going to consider that my student pen because that's what I used when teachers would let me. A lot of teachers wouldn't let you use it because it wasn't a number 2 pencil or whatever it was they wanted you to write with. So, but that's what I used up through college, and then got into adulthood and moved away from it. But stuck with me up until I lost it when I moved once. But anyway, that's my fountain pen. So if videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens both new and old and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. And hey, what was your student pen? Was it a fountain pen? Were you like me and you actually had teachers forbid you to use fountain pens? Let me know down in the comments. And I just happen to think now that I'm at the end of this video, this pen probably dates from the late 1960s up through the 70s, at least according to the seller. Wow, that guy had a loud engine. Aren't you a man? So anyway, I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.